yeah, I just hated myself. I hated myself and I was crying all the time. So I just took the test. That was fun. She said, what you doing tomorrow? I'm not going to the library. If you'd like to come, you can come, but if not, I totally get it. But I have to go to the library. I can't do shit but go to the library. So all that, and there's so much in that I wasn't even looking at the other stuff really. I glanced over it and then really focused on GI and GU, because I was like, surely that's gonna be the most that she covers. And girl, when I tell you there was maybe 4 questions on it, and your girl pulled out a on that test. Yeah, I mean, that was like the worst start you could possibly get, honestly. That was just probably the worst experience of my life. Hi guys, welcome back. I know. Stop it. I know I've been gone for a minute, a couple minutes, a few minutes. Yeah, I've been gone for a while. I don't know the last time you guys saw me. Let me check. Hold on. 4 months ago. Not so bad, but that was a camping video from a year prior. And then before that, it was a sponsored video. Okay. And it was, I think I took a little while to post that as well. So really, last time you saw me 6 months ago. July. Yeah. But really, like, kind of like 8 months ago was really when you last saw me like doing my thing. Like, when was that? That was April. Yeah, and that video was, you know, obviously it was late, but that's regardless. It's always gonna be late. But that one was like the last video, like, of my regularly scheduled content. April. So how have you guys been? You guys been okay? I look like shit. I know. Relax. It's okay. You saw the title. We're gonna get cute together. But yeah, so basically I'm gonna fill you in what happened in April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Wait, hold on. That I already lost count. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Last 9 months of my life. I'm gonna fill you guys in. It's about to be February, honestly. I'm hopefully gonna try to get this video up by the end of January. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this up by the end of January so that we can start the new year on a good foot, positive note, all the stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do a get ready with me kind of vibe, because like I honestly just don't want to sit here and talk and, you know, not be doing something. So I'm gonna be doing something, and hopefully the makeup will kind of keep me on pace to like move on and not make this too long, because let's be for real, we know it's gonna be long. I made an actual layout, like a little list of everything I want to talk about this time, because last year I did like a recap of my year, etc, and I didn't make a list. This time I did. So we have a bunch of things that we want to cover, and hopefully I can cover them and move on. I kind of want to make a long story short, but it's a long story. So let's take guesses together. Well, you guys know the answer, but I'm gonna take a guess of how long I think this video is gonna be. I'm going to try to make it 30 to 45 minutes. Let's see if we can do that. It might be 50. It might end up being like 50, 55. Let's see if we can do 30 to 45 minutes. That I would be so happy if I can get that. I'd be so happy. So let's get started. First, I'm gonna do my hair because this looks ridiculous. So we're just gonna do that first. So yeah, how have you guys been? I guess I'll just start the story time when I start my makeup, because I kind of just want to do my hair and just relax with you guys for a little bit. Let's just de-stress. Let's not get too serious. You know what I mean? So how have you guys been? Like, I've literally missed you. I left the water bottle over there. Okay, hold on. I got it. Bye, Jenny, water bottle. Yep. Speaking of which, yeah, my business. It's doing great. It's actually doing great. Like I'm getting a lot of sales from people I don't know, and I that's amazing. That's amazing. I don't get a sale every day or every other day, but I do get consistently enough sales, and that's enough for me, and I'm happy. And it's people I don't even know, so it's like obviously something I'm doing is working, some type of marketing. But yeah, I want to focus more on that this year. I guess I'll talk about my goals for this year. I made a vision board. I'll insert it here. I made a vision board, and it's super cute, and yeah, I have a lot of goals for this year. So last year did not go to plan at all, and I mean at all. I mean, last year was just crazy, but I also see last year as a blessing, honestly, because I just feel like some part of me was like going through the motions, and I just feel like I really gotta huge wake-up call when I failed, and it just really showed me like you just have to be active in all parts of your life. Yeah, so business is doing great. I love that. I love Virginia. It has been such fun to me, honestly. Ever since I was a kid, I've had businesses. Obviously they're all like little kitty things, but I've just always been clearly obsessed with the idea of being a business owner. I used to have a little shop at school. I feel like it was called TM Inc. I'm bad at names, like coming up with like names for stuff. My boyfriend helps me come up with a lot of names for Virginia. Virginia I came up with, but that's because it's super straightforward and simple. If I have to come up with a name, it's going to be, look at the channel name right now, Tiani McLoyd. Virginia. Like, I'm not gonna, like, people come up with such cute little things like Pinked or Couture or something. I don't know, you know, whatever. They come up with some cute names and no. I'll come up with a cute idea for a product and I'll make the product look real cute, and then the name, don't got it for you. I'm so sorry, I don't have it. TM Inc. I sold a bunch of stuff that like kids make, and that was the whole point. Like, it was stuff that was handmade. I think we made Smensels. If you guys remember what Smensels were, like, that's a throwback. The smelly pencils that smelled like, one smelled like grape, one smelled like whatever, like, you know, they just all smelled like different things, and they were usually made with recycled newspapers and then a scent. So we used to make them, and then we'd take regular pencils and put it in the Smensel container and wrap the pencils with paper. Yeah, and then put it in the Smensels container. We'd sell that. We'd made little wallets, duct tape wallets. We'd sell those. And I used to get people to make it for me because, like, I don't know how to make everything. So I'd get employees and pay them to make wallets. Charge people like 50 cents. I think I made like $40 off that in one school year. And that was like crazy because, like, what 9-year-old you know made $40 off of her classmates by selling things for like 30 cents, 50 cents. Like, that shows you how many sales I made, okay? I had repeat customers. Like, it was funny. And it was fun to be a business owner, and then as also a classmate, it was just fun for, I guess, it was fun for them to be shoppers because they feel like they was over here spending money, buying stuff. It was just cute. I remember I had Angel Tips Nail Salon. Oh no, Angel Tips was a nail salon that's like local in my area. I made a spin-off of that and called my nail salon Sweet Tips. Sweet Tips Nail Salon. I had a whole, and these are for all my businesses, I had a whole catalog. I made like magazines with a bunch of stuff that we sold, and I did pedicures and manicures, and I did the soaking of the feet because I had the little feet soaker thing. Long story short, I always wanted to be a business owner, but now it's finally just felt like the right time to do it, and I'm happy I did because I've been having just as much fun as I thought I would. It's just cool to like know that I made something and people like it and people use it, and yeah, basically. My first product was a hit. You know, everyone loves the oil. I have a bunch of repeat customers, which is crazy. Like, a lot of people just love the oil. And I love that because I really worked so hard on it to make sure that it's actually something good, not just some random oil in a bottle, which I could have did like everybody else does. Just put some random shit in a bottle and make it cute and sell it. But I wanted it to be something that people actually reach for a lot. Because that's where the real money is. Like, you can get someone to buy something once, but can you get them to repeat buy? The only way you're gonna get them to do that is if they actually like it. So I don't want to like trick people into buying it once and be like, haha, because you don't make money like that. You make money by having consistent customers that will always buy from you and only buy from you and be like, oh no, I'm gonna get from her because her shit have my hair right every time. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like, oh, I got it from her, but shit's garbage. Like, you know? So that's my goal. I just want to make products that actually work and are real good quality, stuff like that. I guess I'll just get into it because I can't talk to you about anything that's happening right now without telling you what happened then. So, if you made it this far already and you're not already like bored, buckle in because it's going to get great. Yeah, so if you guys want to get ready with me while, you know, you got somewhere to go, you want to start doing your makeup right now, go girl, you know, start setting it up, set your stuff up, you eating dinner, get your food, warm it up, get yourself a little drinky drink. Hold on, I got one too. Sprite Zero. Guys, I just started getting into the zeros. More on that later. But yeah, let's open up our drink together. Okay, just splattered all over me, but it's fine. Cheers! Let's get started. Let me just get my phone out. So where do we start? So I guess we'll start where it's naturally right to start, with last semester. What happened in my final semester? The last semester you guys saw me talking about in my videos, my spring semester of 2023. What happened with that? I was supposed to graduate. What happened? Okay, so to basically make a long story short, I just wasn't fully focused that semester. I started off completely on the wrong foot. Honestly, when I started, I really wasn't even, you know, when you're just not ready to even start back school, but you have to because, well, starting back, it was like one of those kind of vibes, and I just wasn't really in to school since I started. So I was like, school hasn't hit me yet, blah blah blah. I was kind of on autopilot, like I was just going to class and stuff, but I wasn't really feeling like I was in school. Like I go to class and then come home and sleep and then just, you know, get ready for the next day. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just chilling or like on my phone, you know, just on Instagram, whatever. I was just not worried about anything that they were saying in school. I was like, okay, yeah, well, I'll figure it out later. That was a problem, especially because the first semester was the hardest unit for me specifically. It was cardio. That unit suck with the heart stuff. I hate it so bad. There's something about it where like I can't visualize T waves, P waves, EKG, like that stuff, AFib, VFib. Like I didn't really understand that, right? So instead of, you know, looking into it harder, I actually just ended up not looking at it at all. I remember waiting till like the very last minute to start studying. I believe I think it was the week before the test, which I usually, honestly, realistically, I usually study a week before the test. But it was like in and out, like as if I was studying for so long and I'm burnt out, like that type of studying. So like really more like 4 days before the test, and then I had to keep forcing myself to stop taking breaks, and because it was just like cardio was so hard. Plus, the way I was studying was literally looking at my ATI book and just highlighting everything in the ATI book. I was running out of time. I highlighted things in the ATI book and rewrote what I thought was important, like the things I thought she talked about, stuff like that. So it was just a real like janky kind of study method. Yeah, that's what I did, and your girl pulled out a 58 on that test. Yeah, that was pretty fucking ridiculous. Like, I mean, that was like the worst start you could possibly get, honestly, for, you know, your last semester. And I don't know why I felt like the last semester was supposed to be the easiest, because it was like, okay, well, if I was just kind of like, I went into it like, well, I handled everything else and I made it out, so I guess I can handle, like, this one's gonna be fine, like I can handle this, boom boom boom, it's gonna be just like whatever. Because MedSurg 1 I was so great in, and then MedSurg 2 just came and I was like, ooh. Second test came around and I was like, okay. So I did the math. Since I got a 58, relax, it's fine. Let's not have a meltdown. Let's not lose our minds, which maybe I should have. Maybe it would have helped if I did do that, but I decided to just not. I was like, it's okay, brush it off, moving on. Like, we've been in a situation where we've needed to get good grades before, and we've prevailed. And that's probably been like every other semester of my nursing school career. Like, I've always been in a situation where it's like, ooh, you know, just you have to get good grades. You have to get, like, this next test you have to do good on. And then I usually do good on it, so it's like fine. It's not a good way to look at things. Like, I kind of feel like, honestly, the first test, I kind of already just accepted defeat when I was like, it's cardio, like I'm just not gonna do good on it, whatever, move on. Like, I kind of accepted defeat on that, and that's crazy because, like, girl, aren't you trying to graduate? Okay, okay. What the fuck? Y'all just saw that, right? That was disrespectful, right? Hella disrespectful. You got all over my, oh my god. Okay, so I did the math, and to pass the semester, all I needed to get was an 80 or more on every other test. So I'm like, I could do that. At 80, yeah, definitely. And honestly, I could. Like, that's fine. So I was just like, yeah, so I just have to study real hard and just, you know, make sure I don't fuck up like I did the first time, and we should be fine, and we don't even gotta think about that no more. So that was the plan. So I studied definitely way better than I did for the first test, and I was focused on that. So honestly, that first test really threw me off. So like, once like that I was supposed to be editing videos, uploading videos, I was like, let's kind of maybe focus on this for a little bit. If you've seen the last vlog I did where I said failed the first test, blah blah blah, if you guys saw that, you saw I was like, guys, it's okay, like, we'll figure it out, like, don't worry about it. Like, yeah, I didn't do good, but like, it's fine. Because I was like trying to not get like too tough on myself, which I usually would be over doing bad on something. So I just tried not to, you know, stress out too much. I was like, just fine, just relax, you know what you need to do. So studied, I buckled down real hard, and I didn't really, you know, that's why I wasn't really on social media, I wasn't really on YouTube, because I was like, okay, I need to kind of focus, get this shit together. If I get like a 90, then I can, you know, get myself a good little buffer. So I didn't get a 90, but I did get an 84, I believe I got 84. So like, okay, boom. See, look, we're back on track. We're good. Maybe 84 or 82. One of those two. So yeah, we're back on track. We're good. Okay, you see, I told you nothing to worry about. We're back on track. So I was like happy again. I was like, okay, cool. Kind of a little too lax, honestly. Looking back, I was like, yeah, girl, you still need an 80 on everything else. And I'm like, yeah, no, for sure. But like, I'll get 80. Because I'm like, if anything, I'm an 80 student. Like, if anything. If I can only get 80s for the rest of my life, I'm chill with that. You know what I mean? So I had a month in between all my tests. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like looking into, you know, graduation stuff. So I was buying my stole, which is the thing that goes around your neck when you graduate, like, you know, the stuff that be saying like blah 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 blah. I bought that. Like, I bought my graduation dress, the outfit I'm gonna wear. I started booking tickets for the graduation ceremony for my family to be there. Yeah, I was signing up for graduation, registering for graduation, all the stuff. Like, I was doing that. Like, okay, cool, we got this. Because this is the time where we're supposed to anyway. But I was like on top of that, but not on top of my school. So that's hilarious. But anyway, my parents started putting a deposit down on a haul. I mentioned that in the video, I think, too, because yeah, they had a deposit on from right after the first test. Honestly, they was like, yeah, okay, cool, we're doing this. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And that was also a motivating factor. Like, okay, I need to do this so I can graduate and have my graduation party. And it's like, alright, that's a dumbass reason to graduate. But yeah, regardless, that was my motivation. And I was happy again. I'm ready to graduate. I'm definitely going to graduate. So the third test comes. And LOL. LOL to all those plans. When I tell you that third test was kind of freaking insane, yeah, it was. I was like, okay. As soon as I took it, I kind of was like, what the fuck was that? And everybody said that. Honestly, this one was surprising for everybody. Like, everybody in the class. Almost everybody failed that test. Almost everybody. But everybody definitely was like, yeah, that one was weird. Like, my teacher, just the way she worded shit was weird. The questions were stupid. Half of it didn't make sense. Like, it literally, I think, so the first test was on cardiac. Second one was respiratory and endocrine. So the first one was cardiac, the second one was respiratory. Everything else in the body was in the third one. Musculoskeletal, GI, GU, renal, yeah, and then everything that goes in between that. So like Crohn's disease, any type of stomach diseases, any type of GI diseases, any type of kidney stuff, you know, diabetes and stuff, like all that, everything was in the third unit. And the fourth unit was just like neuro. Like neuro, that's it. Neuro, that's it. Yeah, the third unit was really like the thickest fucking unit of the semester. So I kind of underestimated it, but I mean, it's very, all the concepts are very like pretty straightforward, but it's just the fact that she literally just stuffed everything into the third unit, and for one test with 50 questions, that's insane. So it's kind of like, oh, that died. Okay, hold on. So it's like when you're studying too much of one thing, you're putting yourself at risk of not knowing a lot of the other things. So my thing was that I studied a lot. I did study for this one. I studied a lot for this one, but I focused so heavily on GI and GU because there's so much in GI and GU. Like, there's so much in like the bladder diseases and kidney stuff and UTIs and then Crohn's disease and diverticulitis and all that. And there's so much in that I wasn't even looking at the other stuff really. I glanced over it and then really focused on GI and GU because I was like, surely that's gonna be the most that she covers. And girl, when I tell you there was maybe 4 questions on it. Yeah, so that test was kind of crazy, and again, she worded it really stupid. So it was just a big LOL in everybody's face, and the class performed really bad on that one. And for everybody who got like maybe like an 80 or something on the first test, and then another 80 or something on the second test, and then the third test they maybe got like a 70, which 75 is passing in my program, they could bounce back still. They could still get, okay, cool, so I just need to get an 85 and an 85 again or something. You know, they need something. They're fine. Their average is still probably not even failing, right? But me, who's on the edge, girl, that sealed my coffin for real. I got a 62 on that test. I got a 62. And that was insane, right? Because, like I said, I needed an 80 on every other test, right? So I got an 84 or 82 on the second one. I got a 58 on the first one. Then I got a 62. Girl, my average was like, what was my average? Maybe like a 70. So girl, guess what I needed on that fourth test? Guess. Just guess. Real quick, don't even do the math, just guess. Okay, I'll just tell you. Girl, I needed a 90 motherfucking 8. I'm so sorry. It's hilarious now, but in the moment it was not funny at all. I literally had a whole panic attack, cried my eyes out, wanted to kill myself. I was like, yo, you're joke. Like, is this a joke? It wasn't a joke, and that's the funniest part, was that it wasn't a joke. It was like, no. No. Anyway, so yeah, I needed a 98. Like, who you know need a 98 to pass? Girl, and I literally was like, yo, I'm gonna need what, like 100? I'm gonna need like 102 to pass. A 90 motherfucking 8. A 98 is crazy. So anyway, yeah, after my meltdown and after me, you know, wanting to kill myself and all this stuff, I think literally probably the next day after this sad time, I think we literally had a meeting about graduation, and literally the entire cohort came together, which we haven't seen each other since, I don't think we've ever seen each other, honestly. The day program that I was in, there was, I think, 30 in half of it and then 30 in the other half. Like, the entire cohort of nursing students in the day program was 60, about 60 students. And we only ever see 30 of them at a time, because depending on what time class you pick, like if you pick the 9 a.m. to when did it end? 11? I forgot how long these classes were. I think it was 9 to 11. If you pick 9 to 11, then you're with 30 people and they all pick 9 to 11. But if you pick the 12 to 2, then you're with the 12 to 2 group. And I was in the 12 to 2 group. So I haven't seen half of these people in so long. Because people switch around every semester. There's different situations. Sometimes there's just, I think one semester there was like a 4 p.m. class or a 3 p.m. class, and then another, like, you know what I mean? They just switch around. So, yeah, I seen some of my old people that was in my first clinical group ever. And I seen them, and like I said, we were all talking about literally graduating. That's why we were all there together. They were talking about what we gotta do for graduation and how do we sign up for the NCLEX, and they were giving us our last ATI pink book, which is, the pink book is like the final one. That's the overall NCLEX book. We're handing that out. They were telling us how to sign up for our license and all that stuff. So that was a very rough time for me to know that I need a 98 to pass, while everybody's so excited about, we're gonna graduate, oh my god, look at us all together, we're gonna graduate, oh my god, and I'm just like, I fucked up. Surely they're like gonna look out, right? Like, girl, nobody looking out for you but you, but okay. So yeah, it just felt unreal. It just felt really, really bad, to make, you know, long story short. I was just feeling really, 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 really upset and sad. But I was like, bro, I have to graduate. Like, I have to. Like, I have to. Like, hello. Like, you don't just not graduate. Like, you know what I mean? I'm always, like, I've never been not on time with anything. Like, I'm usually, you know, I'm usually right in the middle of the group. Like, I'm not too good. I'm not the worst. I'm just right in the middle. I'm right in the middle of everything. I'm like, oh, yeah, I just graduate. Like, it's not even like a question, you know? So that was the first time where I realized, you're not untouchable, babe. You could fail something. You know, failing's not an option, but you just did, babe. So after I got out of my depression, you know, I got some pep talks from my boyfriend and myself. And I was like, you know what, failing is literally not an option. So we're just not gonna do that. Let's just get our shit together. We can get a 98. Like, we can get a 98. I think I got a 96 before, you know, or a 94. I think it was a 94. But like, yeah, I got a 94 before. I can just get 2 more questions right. It's a 98. Hello? Or at least try. Because at this point, you can just give up or you can try. And so instead of giving up, I decided to try. We put our big girl pants on and we studied like no other. And this part of the semester was the biggest gap between tests, which is always like the 3rd and 4th test is always like the farthest apart for some reason. So it was probably like a month and a half that I had to study for this one, and I took every single day of that month and a half and dedicated it straight to studying. When I tell you I didn't look up not one thing about my business, no videos for fun, no nothing. It was all straight towards nursing. Everything for neuro, and I knew it was going to be the easiest unit as well, because the 4th test is always the easiest in my experience. So I was like, please be the easiest, and it was. I just studied every single day, every single night. I had nightmares about the test just being like the next day. Like, I had nightmares about waking up and the test is today and you're late for it, and you didn't even get to finish studying. You didn't, you know, like, it was ridiculous. But that was my life, and that was so much fun. And that's another reason why you didn't see me at all. But I was trying to be more positive, and I just was, if I was going to ever get through this, the only way I could do it is by being positive and only focusing on the fact that there's a chance. Because I very well could have had a situation where I needed to get 102, and that would have been impossible. You know what I mean? So I'd be immediately out of the program. So I was like, alright, let's look at it as a chance to prove ourselves, a chance to fight, you know, for anything, for something. And that's what I did. So I was like, I'm just gonna try. That's the only thing I can do. And At this point, when I tell you I was calling up people who I haven't talked to in semesters, I was calling up teachers that I haven't talked to in semesters, asking anyone for any advice, study tips, if they want to study with me, anything, because I just really needed to pass. And I was like, please, if I could just, like, something. I was calling up everybody I knew that was getting straight A's, and I was like, please help me, please. Barania, my BFF, I love her so much. She was helping me every single day study. I was going to the library for 8 hours, 12 hours. I was working shifts at the library, and then I went home and still studied. And she was with me. She'd give me phone calls. We'd be on FaceTime studying. She'd meet me in person at the library. She studied with me every single day until the test. She said, what you doing tomorrow? I'm not going to the library. If you'd like to come, you can come, but if not, I totally get it. But I have to go to the library. I can't do shit but go to the library. So yeah, I'm not gonna beg you to come with me, but if you did, I would love it. And she was such a good friend. She's such a good friend. So she did help me. My other friend, Christy, shout out to you, Christy, I love you. She was with me my first semester, and I don't think we ever did any other semesters since then, but we always kept in touch. My whole first cohort really kept in touch. So because we was like all each other's like first little friends, so it was real cute. But yeah, she was helping me. She was FaceTiming me late at night. When she was trying to put her kids to bed, she was showering her kids and then being like, Tiani, okay, what is this, da, 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 da. She would be going through test questions with me, like row one, both of them, row ones. They did not have to do that. Like, their averages was fine. Maybe they both failed the third test as well, but they still probably had like at least an 80 average regardless, you know. So this last test didn't matter to them. I just realized this picture is crooked. I'm sorry if that's triggering anybody, but I just rearranged my room and I took the picture down to dust it and put it back up, and now it's crooked and I couldn't get it back straight. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm sorry if I brought that to your attention and now you can't stop looking at it as well. But yeah, so they didn't have to help me, but they did, and I love them forever for that. And yeah, so test 4. Part of me wanted to hurry up and just come. I felt ready, but then part of me was like, as soon as I got one like practice question wrong, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fail. Ain't no way. And I just started getting anxiety, so I just really had to stop thinking about it, and I just really had to just be like, just trust my instincts. God didn't bring me this far just to leave me like this. I also took the comp predictor at this point, and the comp predictor, if you don't know, is a test that it predicts how well you will do on the NCLEX. What is your probability of passing on the first try? Like I said, I needed a 98, but if we wanted to get technical, I could get away with a 96. But a 98 would secure a 75 average. A 96 will give me a 74.5, which my school accepted. So they accepted it as the lowest possible score you can get to pass. So I just said 98, but really it was a 96. So when I took my comp predictor, I had a 96% chance of passing on my first try. 96. So I just was like, this has to be a sign, right? Surely. The comp predictor was before the test, and I was like, this has to be a sign that I'm going to get a 96, right? God wouldn't just do all this just to leave me. He has a plan for me. He has a plan. He knows what he's doing. I didn't even start my makeup yet. I need to start my makeup. Then I ended up taking the test. I'm just gonna put my, like, am I gonna prime right now? I think I'm gonna insert some clips while I'm talking about this so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I definitely was vlogging during this time, because I was like, if I pull this off, this would be the craziest time ever. And also, if I don't pull this off, I'm gonna be telling this story one day anyway, and I kind of want to show you guys how my feelings were, you know, all over the place, really, and how real this was feeling for me. So insert clip here. What is that? Mostly about mental health and therapy, coping with like how they look and stuff.
Yeah, that's basically. And like in general, what does this patient look like?
Hyperkalemic. And sodium is gonna be low. They're gonna be dehydrated.
Yeah, good. What about the blood volume?
Blood volume is gonna be low.
And then because the blood volume is low, what's that gonna do to the hematocrit?
Hematocrit's gonna be low. High, because the fluid part is low.
Yeah. So she wrote this in red, so I think it's important, but I just haven't looked into it too much. But she says promote a state of nitrogen balance. So.
What does that mean?
Nitrogen. So as much as we lose, we want to make sure we get.
Okay. Homeostasis.
Oh, and then just tell me real quick how we're gonna do the rule of nights.
Okay. Rule of nines. So we're gonna do 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. 9, 9, 9, 9. So that's 18 on each leg. 9 on each arm. 4.5, 4.5 on your head. 9 on your entire head. 1 for perineum. And then this was 18 and 18. 36 on your chunk.
Yep. Good job.
Yay. Hi guys, so just checking in again. Last time you saw me was like 15 years ago. It's now May 3rd. Test is in 5 days. Guys, when I tell you I've been studying my ass off 100% all last week. I was doing all the ATI chapters last week and that was painful. And then I was studying all this week, but now I'm doing it with Barania, because before I did the ATI chapters, which I found out which it wasn't super, I mean it was helpful because I'm still studying the material, but there were still more materials that I wasn't even looking at, and I didn't see what the teacher was focusing on because I wasn't looking at the lectures, which I should have been. But I just don't be trusting her lecture because I don't know, her lecture be sketchy, so I just wasn't looking at that. But since I started so early, like it's not detrimental. Like now I just know like the background knowledge, and then I also know what she wants us to focus on though. So that's what I've been doing with Brania for the past few days. We've met up every day since Monday, and I've also been calling my friend. She's also been helping me, and she's been like FaceTiming me and stuff. And we met up at the library today. We've been FaceTiming at nighttime. Like when I tell you, I'm like studying all day long. I'm so tired. But today, like bro, I was crying. I've been crying since the news. I've been crying all like nonstop. But today, I feel like just right now, honestly, the first time I felt like, wait, it's like kind of clicking. Like everything's kind of clicking, and I'm getting a little bit excited. But like I need to keep studying for sure. Like I'm not ready to take the test. No way, shape or form. But it's just the fact that it's like I only have a couple more things to study. We basically went over almost everything. I just have one more lecture that we have to go over, and then we also have to go, well, we have two more lectures that we have to go over. And once Barani will be like explaining it, like she really just goes through it, asks me what I know about it, and then I tell her, and then she's like, okay, and then she corrects me, or she'd be like, okay, yeah, that's what it is basically, and she adds on, she's like, what's important, what's highlighted in red is that we need to know da 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 da. And then I make little flashcards, and I need to start using my flashcards more too, honestly. When I'm like taking breaks and stuff, I need to just practice my flashcards. I also need to do more practice tests. But guys, I'm so scared. I'm so scared and nervous and scared. But like I'm so excited because I feel like it's clicking. And it's like, oh my god, wait. Now me having a chance. Like I've always had a chance, but like when I tell you, like I'm like in and out of like, no, I believe I could do it. Can I? Yes. Yes, I can. Okay. No, like it's just like a, you know. But right now, I feel good. Like I feel like what me and Brian are doing is really good, and Christy as well. Christy's helped me so much, and she's like really reinforcing, like, because basically we all just go over the same thing. Like me and Brian go over the lecture, what's mentioned in the PowerPoint, and then me and Christy go through the PowerPoint again. Bro, today was my last class. I would have normally, if things were going fine, I would have been vlogging right now, which I'm vlogging this, but I would have been like doing a little vlog of like the class and all this stuff, and like, yeah, it's so exciting. But I'm so terrified, like right now. Like the teacher keeps bringing up graduation. Everyone's talking about their graduation plans. Everybody's talking about where they're gonna work. Everybody's talking about I can't wait to da-da-da. It's the last class, and I'm like, I mean, if I don't get my shit together, it's not the last class for me. Oh my god, today I got up with Brania. I met her at the library at 9 a.m. today. Oof, that was painful, but we got in there and we got a lot done, and I was so happy. And then I met up with Christy at 11, and then I went to class at 12:30. I'm so tired right now, so I'm gonna have to go take a nap. Then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna continue studying because I'm right there and I feel it, and I'm like, oh my god. Okay, like I can like it's grasping, like I'm grasping it, like grasping. I didn't think I was gonna be able to grasp, and I'm grasping. So like I'm getting super excited, guys. Like I literally just, this is the first time I felt this entire time since I've started studying. Like this is the first time I felt like excited. I was feeling bad about having Brania help me and stuff because I was like, bro, like I was just talking hella shit to myself. I'm like, bro, she's wasting her time, low key. Like I feel so bad. Like everybody's trying to help me, and I'm just, you know, and I was just being my biggest enemy, like literally. So I just need to keep testing myself on stuff, and I need to do practice questions, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna try my best. Like it's all I can do. God has it. Like as long as I try my best and I study what I study and I just keep doing me, and just just have faith that he's gonna take care of the rest. I just have to try my best and study what I can and just hope for the best. Like, really, I really just can't even think past May 8th right now. Like, I can't think about anything besides passing this test. Like, I need to pass the test, bro. Like, I need to get a 96. Oh my gosh, guys. I pray none of you ever get in this situation. I wouldn't wish this on nobody. Like, this is terrible. Like, it's so terrible. It's like, bro, if I was gonna fail out, I wish I would have just failed out already. I'm still here. Like, I'm still here. I'm still at all the lectures. Niggas are still talking about graduating with me. Like, I still could graduate. It's just really up to points at this point, and it's just like so scary. Yeah, I just wanted to just turn the camera on because I was like, oh, I'm feeling good right now this second. But like, literally, I'm crying every day. I feel good right now, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's hope. Like, I mean, there's always hope. There was always hope. It's just like, not every time I could see it. And it's not like, I know I gotta have faith, no matter whether I could see things or not, but it's hard to. It's easier said than done. And I'm just praying that this all works out. Okay, that's all. Just had to say that. So, it's the night before the test. It's actually the day of the test. It's 2 in the morning. Don't worry, it's not that bad. It's actually really good because I'm getting to do things that I usually don't get to do the night before tests, which is like go over. My eyes look so red. Do they look mad red? I'm going through my med-surg success book. I'm trying to answer as much as I can, honestly, before I get tired. And I've been doing this for the last 2 hours. So yeah, this is great. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to do as much as I can. Some more. Test is tomorrow. Like, I still have faith and everything. I just, I'm really at peace with things right now. Like, it's like, whatever God wants is gonna happen. So, yeah. But it's just like, scary, too, because, like, whatever God wants to happen. You know, if he wants me to graduate, which I believe he does, he's gonna help me do it. He's gonna make it happen. But, it's just that, like, you know, today's the last day that I could have hope about passing, you know? I mean, because just tomorrow is like, it's not gonna be hope, it's just gonna be like, you either passed or you didn't pass. It's like, it's not, you can have faith, you can have hope all you want, but like, it either happened or it didn't. So, you know, I can have hope and I can have hope and I can have hope that there's still a chance, and that's what I have right now. So it's like, okay, there's still a chance, there's still a chance, and that feels like a little bit good. It feels a little scary, but it feels good. That's like, okay, there's still a chance, you know. But tomorrow or today, later today, whatever, it's gonna be set in stone whether I'm gonna be passing or not. Yeah. My mom was like, don't worry about it, don't worry about the test, just, you know, relax. My dad was saying that, he's like, I still love you, you're still my little girl and stuff. I was like, stop. But yeah, so they said all that stuff, but you know, I still want to pass. You know, that is how I'm feeling right now. Just yeah, just feeling it all. But yeah, I'm pretty chill. I have 15 trillion flashcards in front of me. Look at these. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? These are all full. These are all filled out, by the way. These are not like blanks. These are all filled out flashcards. Oh Lord. I have big ones, some more big ones. There's no reason it should be this hard to graduate. Nursing school in total was not this hard. And then I also have a bunch of post-it notes that has just like random, like, just remember that. I'm sorry, I'm just looking over these real quick. And I know all of them. Oh god. Okay. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to, you know, see you guys before I took the test. I want to record my reaction to the results, but at the same time, I don't. I feel like I should. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I should. Like, whatever it is, I should show you guys because it's real and it's nursing school. Also, I just want to give a big shout out to Brania and Christy, my nursing school buddies that helped me so much. They really stepped up and was really helping me study this whole last 2 weeks. Like, Brania literally studied with me every single day. We studied since Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And Sunday, we still FaceTimed. Studied every single day. I'm gonna get her something. And I'm gonna get Christy something too. Because regardless of what happens, I'm gonna get them something. Just because they did not have to worry about me. They could have just worried about themselves. You know, pass their little test and get their diploma and dip out, you know? So I really appreciate it because, you know, a lot of people say they'll help you and they don't. And it's like, I mean, it's not their job to help you, but I feel like it's like if you have the means to help, it's like it'd be nice if you could share a little help with your girl. But you don't have to, so people don't. So people really just don't. So it's nice when people do. So yeah, I need to get those girlies something. I'm gonna do this. I want to do a couple more. I just want to see a lot of questions right now. That's all I'm trying to do. Just see a bunch of questions. I feel like I know all this stuff, and I just really hope everything works out because I know it. So I'm hoping and praying that God is gonna help me with the questions that are tricky, because Lord know Miss Girl be having some tricky questions. Literally are trying to trick us. But I'm hoping that my knowledge will overcome tricks and that, God forbid, it comes short. My teacher will do what she needs to do. Roll out some questions, whatever. Hook it up. And she be doing that for tests whenever the question doesn't perform well amongst the class. So she'll throw out some questions and it'll increase your score. So however it needs to work out, I hope it works out. I'm not like crying about it profusely anymore. So that's good. I haven't cried in a couple days. Yeah, so fun. Okay. Okay, we're gonna take the test. Okay. Hey guys. So I just took the test. It was fun. It wasn't super hard or anything, but it's just like I just don't know if I got. I don't know. There was a couple questions where I was like, I don't know. A couple of them were a little bit out of nowhere. I don't know. We'll just see. Yeah, test finally came and I couldn't have been more prepared, honestly. I spent every ounce of my life since getting the 62 studying, so the only thing else I could have did was cheat, honestly. There was nothing else I could. I did anything a straight A student would do, and the only other thing I could do to get maybe a higher grade was cheat. So the test came, the test went, and the whole rest of the day I could not eat, sleep, nothing. I think the next day, what is happening? I put too much of this shit on my face. The next day I am with Hector. I forget if it's the next day or the same day, but whatever. Hector came over. It might be the same day. I think it was the same night, honestly. And Hector came over to try to calm me down, try to keep me cool, keep my mind off of it. And I get that terrible alert noise from Brightspace, and it says grades updated. That was so terrible. It was so like stressful, and I was like, this is gonna let me know if I'm, you know, graduating or not. I literally have a graduation stole in my closet. I have a graduation dress for my party, and at this point I already prepped my parents just in case. I was like, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of fucked up a little bit because I didn't feel like having to hit them out of nowhere, you know, if it didn't work out. So I'm just letting you know from now. I don't know, you might want to see about that deposit, but yeah. So open the tests and
Yo.
Stop, okay, stop.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be like 100. It's okay, it's okay, it's gonna be okay, babe. It's gonna be okay. But you did so good, baby.
Yeah.
A 90.
Yeah.
Baby.
73.
That's your average?
Yep.
There's gotta be something.
What?
There's gotta be something they could do. For a 73 out of 75?
I don't know. There's something that's take over the class. Damn.
You did a really good job, though, babe.
Thanks.
Baby, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm still happy getting a 90, I guess.
Baby, no, don't turn it on.
I got a 92. So yeah, 92. I was 4 points away. 4 points away from graduating. And that was insane. Yeah, I couldn't look at that video for like 10 months. And it's only been 9. I couldn't look at it for 10 months, for real. Good times. That's all I could think about is that moment. It's just good times, because that was so terrible. So I think I locked myself in my room that rest of the night, cried, and then I told my mom, and then I told my nana, and everybody was like, oh, it's okay, like, you're gonna do better next time, you know, whatever. We're not disappointed, it's okay, blah blah blah. But they were, you know, everybody was, obviously. I was the most disappointed, but yeah, that was just probably the worst experience of my life. And honestly, that's a blessing that that's the worst experience of my life, but yeah, it was. And it was just like, damn, I really fucked that up. And I blame, honestly, the first test. Me just not being into the headspace of it, because at the end of the day, like, even if cardio is not my worst subject, there's no reason to get a 58. You know, like, I could have just gotten a regular 70. Like, I could have just failed with a 70. Like, or you know what I mean? Some regular shit. Like, even if I got a 62 and a 62, I could have gotten, on my last test, I would have needed, what, a 94, 92, something like that. So it's like, I really did not have to drag it like that fucking much. So I just really was so mad at myself. And yeah, I was just so mad at myself. And I just was crying every day. Every day. That's my brother back there, so ignore him. But yeah, every day I was crying. Every day I just hated myself. I hated myself, and I was crying all the time. So there was that. That was fun. That was a fun time in my life. I loved it so much, and I miss it every day. Yeah, that was great. After basically knowing that, I was just, at least I felt free to just be able to just be a loser and, you know, watch my shows in peace without being like, if you don't study, you're gonna fucking die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, girl, you already not graduated. You might as well watch that show. I needed stuff to get my mind off of that. Everyone was so hype, planning for graduation, and I was just out of the program. Like, just mad chill, just out of the program. What happened after that? I kind of don't even remember, I'm not gonna lie. Once I saw the grade, I knew I was out of the program. I think I might have gotten an email saying, hey, Tiani, so I know you failed, and you know you don't have a 75 average, so like type shit, like you need to come in for a meeting. Something like that, I think, is what happened, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. After failing, I don't remember. I just remember going to the meeting. Yeah, so I'll just insert the clip here. Whew, okay, so it is the next day, and I just talked to my nursing department head. So I'm officially not graduating, and now I have to wait till the fall semester. At least I'm not crying right now. But yeah, so I'm okay. Just upset. Yeah, so I'm not graduating in May. That sucks. My dad was like, bro, ask if, like, you know, you could do it, da 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 da. You know, the stuff, just last minute, try something, see if it works. Yeah, she was like, no, she shot it down like immediately. The nursing head here is not the nicest lady, so she's like, no, 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 no. I'm like, alright, you don't have to say it like that. You can at least let me talk. I was like, well, you know, because it's just like, I mean, I get it, right? I get it. I got a 73 average, and I need a 75. You know, it's just, you know, I worked so hard, and I get it. All the people who passed work so hard. I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm just saying, like, you can't let your girl just run across the stage real quick. Like, damn. I said, like, you know, like, I work so hard, and it's like, I have a 96% chance of passing the NCLEX on the first try. If that's what you're worried about, like, I'm not a liability, babe. I can pass the NCLEX, like, just let me get the degree. She was like, no. She's like, impossible, sorry. No. And I'm like, alright. She's one of those. But she's like, you know, I get it. There's rules. But anyway, so that was just annoying. And then she was like smiling at my face, and that was annoying. Like in a nasty little fake way. And it's just like really bothersome. And I was like, and she's like, okay. Yeah. Okay. And it's exactly why I just wanted to graduate. Because it's like, And now my school started this new thing with like this online thing with how you have to submit your like health forms and stuff, and I have to do it now because they started it right after my cohort, and now I have to do it too, and it's gonna be like a whole drag. I have to upload all my titers, all my stuff, all my physicals, and upload it onto this website, and it's gonna be annoying. And I have to come back in the fall, and it's gonna be annoying. So yeah, and that's where I am, and I have to do it again. Okay. It's fine. I've already came to terms with it by this time, but I don't know, I had a little bit of hope that like maybe they'd be like, you know what, you are right there. 96%? 73? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work with you. Okay, we're gonna let you walk across that stage. You know, that's me being delusional, but it was nice. It was a nice thought for a second and a half to have a little bit of hope, you know? Oh, wow, look at my charger. Anyway, so that was that story. I'm sorry it wasn't happy ending. I really wanted it to be, especially for you guys. And for me. For me, bruh. I had a whole graduation party that was gonna happen. My parents put a deposit down. I feel so bad. But they said they're just gonna move the date. They're gonna try to move it to a December date for when I actually do graduate. Everyone said they're still proud of me and all this stuff. And it's like, I get it, but damn. You know?
1,
Oh.
6,
My mom's calling.
3.
And yeah, so yeah, from what I said, I'm sure I mentioned, I went to the meeting and the head of the department, Connie, I'm just gonna say her name now because I don't care, I graduated. She was such a fucking bitch. She was such a fucking skunt. Fuck that bitch for real. Honestly, if anybody asks me if I recommend Suffolk's program, it's literally, if you haven't heard, if you're from Long Island, we have a reputation of being one of the hardest programs. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's one of the hardest to get into, and then one of the hardest to stay in, right? And that was already... Now that one dead. Okay. You're just gonna have to deal with this for a little bit. Are you being annoying? Please stop. I'm just trying to tell my story. Oh my god. Really? As soon as I'm telling my annoying story, annoying shit happens. It's just because it's such negative energy, huh? That's probably why. But yeah, the head of the nursing department, Suffolk, garbage. She's trash. She's literally the worst part of the program, and she was such a bitch. She is the sole reason why I would not recommend that program for anybody. It's one of the hardest to get into, one of the hardest to stay in. But when you graduate, it has one of the highest NCLEX pass rates because it's such a hard program, and a lot of other programs aren't nearly as hard. That's just a fact. I had a lot of friends that went to other programs and they did not have to do half the shit we had to. She was such a bitch. She literally laughed in my face and was like, oh no baby, you can't get back in, like sorry, which is like, it's fine. Obviously I can't get back in, but like laughing or just like smiling, she just did like a little like a condescending little smile. It was insane. It was just an insane moment where I was already down and she was kicking me and laughing and smiling about it. Comment this emoji if you are still here. I explained the story. You guys heard. You guys heard what happened. Long story short, I ended up retaking the semester in the fall 2023. And that was lucky of me because usually you have to wait a whole year because these classes only run at specific times of the year, and I was able to get into the night program in the fall. So that's what I did. I was in a night program instead of the day, because if I was in the day then I'd have to wait till spring again to retake it because that's the only time the day program graduates. Night program happens to graduate in the fall, so I was able to just jump in with them on their last semester. That conversation really went nowhere. We just had a conversation about, you know, where I think I went wrong, and I guess I had to sign something saying, okay, I failed and I'm gonna retake it, you know, shit like that. I just was trying to really just like fight for like a chance to speak and be like, hey, like I know I fucked up, but like I have a 96% chance of passing, and you know, like if you're worried about me not passing NCLEX, like that's not, you know, gonna happen. I'm gonna pass it. And she's like, no, that's not possible. Like you just need to, you know, retake it. And I'm like, all right, I guess. And the only reason I tried was because I heard from multiple sources that there was people in the past that failed by a few points, just like me. 4 points to be clear. and there was people that were able to get a little hookup, just a little tiny hookup, where they would be like, all right, write a little paper, maybe I'll let you retake the test, maybe I'll da 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 da. Who knows what they hooked it up with, but they got a little hookup and they was able to graduate with their class. That was when there was a different department head, and she's not here no more, so I did not get the hookup. Yes, I just sprayed my face with water. Yeah, so that was terrible. I went home, was crying again, and yeah, that was fun. So immediately following all this, I just, after being sad for a few days obviously, and trying to ignore the fact that my graduation date was coming up May 18th, the day I had to ignore, I just threw myself all into my business, like completely and utterly, and just threw myself into it just to keep my mind off of everything, because there was no way I could, you know, there's no way I could like continue on just beating myself up about this and thinking about it and stuff. So like, one more thing that got me excited, and honestly I didn't even care about it at this point, but I just forced myself to continue doing research and figuring out my formula, and that's all I did, was just figure out the oil and figure out how I'm gonna make it good. And between that, I was crying and taking naps, because there's just no point in being awake. So I'd take naps, I'd wake up, I'd do stuff for the oil. When I got tired of that, I'd cry and go to sleep, and wake up, figure out some oil stuff, cry, go to sleep. And that was just a never-ending cycle for like the next month and a half, I guess, until I ended up finishing the oil and launching my business. So yeah, the business really saved me. It really, really, really did. So that's how Glossy Gal came to be. It was like the only light in that fucking pit of darkness. And honestly, the way I look at it now is, I think everything happens for a reason, right? I thank God. If you don't believe in God, that's fine, but I do. And I thank God, Jesus, I think he has a plan, and it's not always gonna line up with your plan. And that's fine, because honestly, he knows more than you. And you may think, okay, cool, I want to graduate nursing school, and then I want to get a job at being a nurse, and then also I want to be able to take off whenever I want, and then also I'm going to be able to have a great multi-million-dollar business and post YouTube videos consistently, and also da 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 da. And it's like, okay babe, I know you want all those things to get done, but respectfully, it's not going to happen like that, okay? It's going to happen the way I make it happen. And so you want a business, right? Okay, so how you expect to get a business, start a business, grow a business while studying for the NCLEX, while starting a new job? How do you think that's going to work, you know? So you just gotta look at things a certain way. Whether you, like I said, like whether you believe or not, that's fine. I don't care, but I believe, right? And I believe everything happens for a reason. So now looking back, it makes a little more sense. That's like, okay, cool. You want to be a business owner. To do that, you can't graduate, right? Because if you graduate, then you're gonna be worried about studying, and then you're gonna be worried about the NCLEX, and then you're gonna be worried about getting a job. So you want to do a business thing? We're gonna have to do your business first, because when are you gonna find time after you already started all that? So when you look at it that way, it's like, oh, I guess I would have not had time. Yeah, you wouldn't have. So then it's like, okay, started my business, because I did want it to start before the fall. I wanted to, you know, get started. It's not all negative, is what I'm just trying to say. And it might not make sense to you. It might not. But I've become at peace with it. So it makes sense to me now. Because the amount of work I had to put into getting it started, getting it off the ground, the marketing stuff, the website stuff, all that. Imagine trying to do that stuff while also pretending to study, or like starting a new job and then coming home and trying to, like, realistically, you're not gonna have any motivation for that. So maybe he wanted me to work on that when I had nothing else to do. I don't know. And also, honestly, I felt like last semester just wasn't ready to graduate. Like, I didn't feel like I was, like, you want me, I'm about to be a nurse? Like a nurse. I didn't feel like I was about to be a nurse. Like, let's be for real. I did not feel like I was about to be a nurse at all. So, like, just the thought of graduating was like, it was just about graduating. It wasn't about, like, you know, earning it. It was just about doing it, because that's what the time is. It's time to graduate. So let's just graduate. I didn't feel like I was ready to start working as a nurse, which is what would have had to happen, right? I also felt very still immature, irresponsible, which obviously I was, which is why I failed. Which proves more why maybe you shouldn't be a nurse right now. Maybe, you know, maybe you need to work on that. And honestly, that last test just showed me that I could have been getting at least 80s all along. You pulled a 92 out out of nowhere. You could have been getting 80s, babe. Like, come on. So it just made me realize even more that's like, you do not need to be in this situation. And it was just a lesson, I feel like it was just a really big lesson from God, but also a blessing, because I needed to learn that lesson, because otherwise who knows what would have happened. Like, you know, who knows, I would have been in charge of someone's life and then been irresponsible about something, and I don't even want to know. But either way, I'm glad it happened. At this point, I'm glad it happened. It's over and done with. Spent the whole summer working on the business, and at this point the business started. I think I launched June 30th, and it was fun. It was really fun having a little business, focusing on that. It was nice. It was a nice distractor, and honestly, I still thought about me not graduating a lot. Like a lot. And I still cried every now and again, even though I thought, like, it was weeks, months later. I'm thinking I'm good, maybe like July, August, and I'm still crying over the fact that I didn't graduate. Literally ignore my brother. Ignore him in the background. You know, it just randomly, it would randomly happen. And I would think I'm over it. And I'm like, yeah, Hector, like, I'm good. I feel like I'm over it. And I even filmed that video where I showed you guys at my business launch and stuff. I've cried plenty of times after that video was done. What? What do you want?
What was that noise?
You knocking on the door?
No, it was like a fall. Something just
Nothing
like,
fell.
Oh.
Close the door.
I was checking up on you, make
Yeah,
sure
we're
you
checking
were-
on you, you fucking.
Oh.
Ooh, I mean, take that back. I didn't mean to say that word.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, in that video I was like, no, yeah, I'm fine. Like, guys, I'm fine now. Wasn't fine. I still wasn't fine. And I wasn't going to be fine until I actually graduated. So, fall 2023. Let's go. Final semester for real this time. Okay. This is a whole nother story, honestly, in itself. Now we're getting into fall 2023.